Yo, what's good? It's your boy Derek Branch here of SportsView360.com, covering the New Orleans Saints. In today's video, I just want to talk about, can the Saints rise above the low expectations that has been placed upon them by pretty much everyone, the media, certain local media members, fan base, blogs, podcasts, national media. Can they rise above that? Because if we're being honest, a lot of people, both locally and nationally around the country, even the fans outside the state of Louisiana, do not have a lot of faith in the New Orleans Saints ending their what is right now their 3-year playoff route. They have not playoff drought. They have not been to the postseason since 2020, which was the last time we saw Drew Brees in a New Orleans Saints uniform. Can that change this season? And people, have a right to their opinion because they haven't really, the Saints haven't really gave nobody an indication that they're going to have a really good season, you know, just based on the moves that they've made in the offseason. Pretty much every move that they've made, every transaction in regards to bringing in new players, the contracts, the length of the contract is like 1 year deals. Only guy that got like a 2-year deal was like Cedric Wilson, who came over from the Miami Dolphins. Everyone else is a 2-year, it's a 1-year deal, prove it to me deal. And there's like no guarantee that if these players ball out this upcoming season, have a really good year, guys like Willie Gay Jr., Chase Young, there's no guarantee that those guys are going to stay at the Saints. Because the Saints, everybody, as many of you already know, salary cap situation is not the best. So this is like these transactions could be a 1-year hit, a 1-year rental of these players, just so that they can be used to turn around the fortunes of the same season. You know, so we'll see how everything plays out, man. But it's just not, people from the outlooks on the Saints is just not good because I have seen articles, I've read articles that mention the Saints not having a good record. The Saints, that I've read articles that believe that the Saints are going to be in the top 5 to get a first round pick next season in the NFL draft, a top 5 pick. I've seen articles where they rank the Saints as one of the top 10 teams to get a quarterback that's going to be in the position to draft a quarterback next season. You know, and right now the going rate for an NFL quarterback, if a team is going to draft in the top 5 or draft a top quarterback in the draft, you had to at least lose. Your team has to at least lose at least a minimum of 10 games, 10 to 12 games on your record to be even put yourself in that position to draft a quarterback. You know, um, the even in regards to the unders, the over under for this upcoming season, the Saints is at 7.5, at 7 wins, and a lot of people are picking under that they go under that win total, that win projection. You know, but we'll just gotta wait and see how everything is gonna play out, man. I think there are potential factors for improvement. I do. Chase Young, you got a guy that has tremendous upside. Hopefully, man, he can come in ready to go, healthy, and get things going because we saw what his upside was in his first season with the Washington Commanders before the injuries start to occur. We saw what his upside was. Guys like Willie Gay Jr., who coming over from the Kansas City Chiefs, guy that's coming over from a team that has won multiple Super Bowls, coming to a situation where he can prove himself, that he can prove that he can become an every down linebacker, that he can become the guy that carries the torch, a guy that can carry the torch from Demario Davis whenever that time comes. Um, those are some things to be excited about. New offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak is bringing some things over from the 49ers that a lot of fans, I mean, including myself, or really want to see how it's going to play out. And that's why I believe that a lot of people they're gonna be a lot of eyeballs on that Saints first preseason game to see what it's actually gonna look like with the Saints personnel. And I think it's gonna be the same way from national side as well. People are gonna want to see what the Saints are gonna look like in an offense that's not Sean Payton influenced. That's what a lot of people are gonna want to see. You know, Taysom Hill is another intriguing storyline as well. What type of player is he going to become in that system? There's been a lot of analysis out there on he'll possibly becoming a fullback or he'll becoming playing the role of a tight end. He's getting a 3 point. There's been talk of him being in a 3 point stance during the OTAs based on reports that came out. So there's a lot to be excited about, and in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Payne Turner, can he stay healthy? He has a tremendous upside as well. You know, Cam Jordan comes back from injury. Let's not forget what type of player Cam Jordan was before those injuries start to occur the past 2 seasons. You know, because I think, like I said before, if Cam Jordan could give the Saints, he's not what he once was, but if he can give the Saints 6 to 7 sacks this season, that's going to be huge. Cam Jordan, Carl Granderson, um, Chase Young, if those guys can pair together, put together a solid, total of sacks this season for the defense, I think the Saints are going to be in good shape in regards to the pass rush. You know, Offensive line, there's a lot of big question marks, glaring question marks as well. You know, Trevor Penning is going to the right side. Talise Fuanga, the rookie, is going over to the left. You know, Nick Salvadori and Cesar Ruiz going to man the two guard positions on the left and right side. There's just a lot that there's a lot of positives that could come about from this. You know, and the Saints have been in this situation before. Where people have counted them out, don't believe in them, don't believe in what they've done, what they're gonna do based on how their offseason went. They've dealt with this in the past. It reminds me of 2017 when they first started to usher in that second phase of being a championship contender under Sean Payton and Drew Brees, where you had Marshall Lattimore come in, Marcus Williams, Trey Hendrickson, um, Alvin Kamara. Michael Thomas was still young in his career. Josh Hill was around. Just you were bringing in that young core of great players that were playing on rookie deals. Started off 0-2. People were calling for Sean Payton to be fired, but things started to turn around in week 3 against the Carolina Panthers, and they just went on the roll from there. Can they replicate that type of success? Because if it does, it's going to lead up to other great things. And who knows what the future can hold after that, based on this season. You know, um, They just a lot to they have a lot to prove this season, man. They have a lot to prove, to change the narrative on how this team is perceived. You know, I still believe you got guys that are strong locker room, strong character guys within this team. You know, guys like Demario Davis, Derek Carr. That's right, regardless of what people says, man. I think he is. I think he's going to be a lot better. I mean, that in regards to that aspect of the team, in regards to being a leader. You know, Alvin Kamara is still around. Um, Lattimore, for whatever reason, you know, people try to paint him as being, you know, a malcontent in the locker room when he doesn't really. Lattimore hardly talks. You know, he's a man of few words, but he backs it up on the field. You know, Paulson Adebo, should be motivated by the opportunity to get a land a big payday in the future. You know, he had a huge season last year. I think that was like his breakout year, in my opinion. Can he replicate that going into 2024? Because players, one thing I know about players, they're motivated by getting paid, you know, in free agency. So there's a lot riding on the line this upcoming season. You know, a lot of niggas does a lot of things, a lot of opportunities for them to change the narrative on the season. A lot, you know, and that starts week one against the Carolina Panthers. And then on to the next two games. And if they win, they start off 3-0. That's gonna put a lot of people on notice. A lot of people are going to jump on the bandwagon like they've done in the past with the Saints. You know, so we'll see how all this is gonna play out, how all this is gonna shake out in the foreseeable future. We're in June right now. We head to training camp 2 months from now. And not 2 months from now, but in July, late July. And after that, be on to the preseason and then start the regular season. And we'll see it. We'll let the cards fall where they may in regards to the New Orleans Saints 2024 season. So we'll see. All right, so I have for y'all for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. How confident are you that the Saints could change the narrative on this upcoming season? Do you believe that they can rise above the low expectations of this season? And also check out sportsview360.com/Saints for latest content on the New Orleans Saints organization. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.